If I need to make money fast, this is probably the side hustle I would pick. So recently I've done a couple videos on side hustles because I just understand everybody's in a different phase of life. Some of you just need to make a little bit of extra money consistently. Others of you, and the main people I serve on this channel, are people who are completely looking to replace your 9 to 5 with an online business so you're able to leave your 9 to 5 job and have more freedom in your life. And we're usually aiming for about that 10K a month mark. And hopefully, even for those of you who are in the side hustle phase, we'll eventually get to that point, which is why I do videos about these kinds of side hustles, just to help you start making some money. And hopefully I'm eventually going to convince you that you need to start actually creating your own online business. A lot of really good videos. I highly recommend checking out Escape the Cubicle. We addressed what your life can actually look like instead of what it looks like now. And it's incredibly doable with a little bit of work up front and a little bit of consistency. So highly recommend checking this video out. We also have a link in the description for my free training where it's a training on how to get to 10K a month. Or if you're already running your own online business and haven't hit that 10K a month mark yet, I would love to work with you. Come hop over here. This link is down in the description as well. Apply to see if you qualify, and we'll hop on a call and see if it's a good fit for us to work together. And if it is, I'd love to help you get to consistent 10K months and beyond. Anyways, let's dive into what we're talking about today. So this new product just launched, and this isn't something I'm just abstractly talking about. We'll look at it, but I actually do have the course because I review a lot of stuff, and this was really, really interesting to me because I've been doing versions of it. So like I understand the concepts and how they're possible, but I hadn't actually used this strategy. And again, I have a very fundamental belief of staying focused on the thing we're doing. So we're not necessarily going and doing this, but if I needed money fast, this is 100% the thing today that I would start doing because I bet I could make, it's hard to imagine I couldn't make a sale this week. Maybe, I think I'd make multiple sales this week, and it's just a numbers game. We're going to see all this. So obviously going to go over side hustles in this. I also have a couple other recent side hustle videos, so feel free to check those out as well. So the product is called 500 a pop, and here's the concept. You are selling websites to people who don't have quality websites, but the real trick here is you're making the website with AI, and you're really making the website with about 2 clicks of a button. And someone's just like, Jake, that's BS. There's no way you're making websites that easily. So let me actually show you that part. Now, this is just a quick front page. In fact, if you go to the link in the description, it's going to take you to this page. And this is my full review of the program if you want to see that. But what I'm going to show you here, this is just a landing page. But I made this page. It was under 2 minutes. It was a single prompt where I added a link to another thing. I said, make a bonus page that looks similar to the main sales page. And it spit this thing out, all the bonuses, all this. It spit this page out in 2 minutes. That's no edits. That's not asking for improvements. That's not inputting my own information, anything. So I'll just kind of let you look at how easy this was within 2 minutes. And guys, I know this is simple, but the point is the fact that I was able to do this in 2 minutes means what do you think I could have done in 10, 15, 20? So the idea behind 500 a pop, and we're going to actually do this live. I haven't even checked this beforehand, so hopefully I find some opportunities. You go out and you find people who either don't have a website, which it's hard to imagine into 2025, going into 2026, you're a business without a website, but it exists and it's crazy. So either you don't have a website or your website looks like it was built in the 1990s. And again, we can fix it like instantly. So here's the real selling point. And if you've never experienced this, you might not fully understand it. But what we can do is create a simple version of the front page of the website. Sorry, I keep coming back to this. I'm just trying to explain the simplicity of it. We're going to go much deeper in a much more like professional looking website. This isn't designed to be a front page of a website. This is designed to be a landing page. But the point that I could do it that fast is the point, right? So we're going to find someone who doesn't have a website or has a bad website. We are then, within about 2 to 3 clicks, going to have it generate a better version of the website they have or something completely from scratch. We're then going to take a couple screenshots of it and we're going to send it to them. It can be through a social media platform. It can be, I don't like jumping on the phone. You could, if you wanted to. You could do email. These people are people who check, well, depending on what industry you want to do, but something like a plumber, for example, which is what we're going to look at in a second. These are people who check their emails because they have to, because this is how they get business, right? So we're sending this to these people. They're going to see it. I would be hard pressed. If you're strategically doing this, it's hard to imagine you can't convert 3 to 5%. So like what, 20, 30 emails, which you could send out in an afternoon, and you make $500 on it. And again, this becomes really easy to scale if you want to send more emails, if you want to eventually hire like a virtual assistant who will charge you between like $3 and $5 an hour to do this. All that's incredibly simple. So we're going to show them an image of what their website could look like. We are, if they're interested, we're going to charge them. I like 2 options for payment. So I would say $497, or, and I've changed my mind a little bit on this. On a previous video, I talked about it. I think I said $1,000. And because I want to close this over an email and not get on a call, I'd keep it at the $500 range. You could buff it up, and I bet you would make more money ultimately, but it might include an actual call, because I can see that happening based on some of my research now. So $497, or 4 payments of $250, $200. 4 payments of $200 puts it at $800. Yeah, 4 payments of $200 or 1 payment of $500. You'd be surprised how many people take the payment plan just because they don't want to pay it all up front. Even at $500 is wild. So you reach out to them. You say, here's this website. I mean, obviously a lot of different ways you could go with this, but hey, was recently in whatever the city is, was looking for a plumber, saw your website didn't have much information, so I ended up going with somebody else. Obviously, you would say restaurant. You're not in a random place looking for a plumber, but whatever. You know what I mean? I was looking for a restaurant, came across your website. It looked a little outdated, so I didn't know if you guys were legit, but I really thought about it, and I wanted to make a better version of your website and see if that's something you'd be interested in. Here's a screenshot of it. Let me know if you're interested, right? That email, it's not intrusive. It's not a hardcore sales pitch. The real beauty behind this, and now I'm going to get into my story of how this has worked for me. The real beauty behind this is we are showing them that we've already put in the work. They don't know that it only took 2 minutes with AI. We're showing them we already put in the work. So the way that I've seen this work is I get emails all the time asking for collabs, asking for, do you want help converting more, booking more calls, or do you want help getting more traffic to your YouTube videos, or do you want people editing your YouTube, whatever, right? Like a billion different kind of people reaching out to me with different services. The only one that I've ever actually paid attention, 3 different people have done this, and I paid attention all 3 times. People were asking if I wanted a thumbnail designer, and they sent me a free thumbnail. They sent me a design that I could then go in and test against a video I already had to see if it outperformed what I already had, right? Because they had already put in the work, and I'm like, oh, if this actually outperforms what I'm doing, now it's worth it, right? They put the work in before. So there's just something psychologically to see someone who's already put the work in. And that's what we're able to do now because of AI. It makes this such an unbelievable hack. So we're going to, now they go in depth in the course. Oh, it's a very quick and direct and straightforward course. It's not something you have to spend 5 days going through or anything. I went through it in an afternoon, like maybe an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And so we're going to show them the front page. They're going to say they're interested. And then on the back end, there are other opportunities, right? So I'd want to keep it as clean and simple as possible. But you actually have the opportunity to make more money on the back end. You can do a monthly setup fee. You could do a monthly or yearly maintenance fee if you wanted. You could do the 2 that I would do is if they don't want to set it up themselves, you'd be like, we can set it up, but we're going to have to get a host and we're going to have to get a domain for you. And you can actually use affiliate links and you get paid through those as well. So for example, if you were to say, we'll set your website up on Bluehost, I would just literally make like a 30-second or a 4 or 5 minute video saying this is what you do to set it up. Or you could even find a YouTube video that tells them how to set it up. Doesn't matter. And say, hey, I recommend using Bluehost. It's what we use for ours. And you also can get an extra $65 when they use that. If they have to buy a domain, you can also sign up for Namecheap's affiliate program. You can get a commission there as well. So now you're making closer to $600, closer to $900 if they take the payment plan. And again, I don't know what an average percentage for closing this is like, but it's hard to imagine you couldn't do 3 to 5%. I feel like you could do higher than that. But 3 to 5% seems reasonable to me. So you do not have to, 20 emails, that's a sale at 5%. or 20 reach outs, like whatever. Like it's just wild how you can make a decent amount of money fast. Okay. So here we're going to test this real quick because maybe you're like, Jake, who doesn't have a website? This is, again, end of 2025, going into 2026. This will work for a while, and honestly, it's just going to get easier as more AI tools come out and actually building websites. I know you guys haven't like touched it yet, or some of you might not have touched it. It is unreal what you can build with AI now in a couple clicks of a button. I built a Chrome extension before, and I know nothing about Chrome extensions. Crazy. Okay, so let's pull up a few, see what we see here. Website. I just clicked plumber in South Carolina. This is completely off the top of my head. We're going to see if we find something that we could do. No, that's a good website. Good. Which I would expect, right? The guys at the top, I would expect to have pretty decent websites. That's not who we're going for. The reason I'm actually risking doing this live is I looked up near me and found like 3 in the first 5 minutes, which I was like, oh my gosh, this strategy is actually unreal. That's actually cool. No, boom. Like, what is this? So they've let their domain expire. And truthfully, they might not even know they let the domain expire. So, I mean, I would reach out to them, give them a option of, hey, we could build this for you. I saw your domain's expired. Maybe you just also get some like good faith with them because maybe they don't know they've let this expire. So really easy reach out there because they're going to be thankful you reached out no matter what, which gives you a good foot in the door. Okay, that's a good one. Or that was okay. I mean, I'm going to look at that one again. It's also wild. I just did randomly in South Carolina. If you did it, I would actually recommend doing a city as opposed to a whole state because it's pulling the best ones out of the whole state and the highest ranking ones out of the whole state, which wasn't smart on my part. I'm actually going to switch this. Plumber in Walterboro. I don't even know what Walterboro is. That's fine. We're really looking for crap ones, right? Because they're out there. Like there are some just absolute, and they actually show you other ways to get leads in the program. I just think like you could 100% do this. Okay. We're going to go into a city. This is unbelievable. The fact that there's nothing there means they literally don't have websites. They've been in business for 10 years. Come on. There's no way that's true, right? They don't have a website. It's probably all word of mouth. This is what happens in like these smaller cities. Man, I'd reach out to Best Plumbing and be like, hey, I see your Google rating isn't that high, but no one in your city has a website. If you had a website, even with a lower Google rating, like people would trust you more because you're the only one in your town with a website. Like that's crazy. It is hard to fathom that these people don't have websites. Let's try a different city. Columbia. This is a bigger one, so there should be a lot of options here. I'm gonna go down a few and then we'll start looking. Again, that is a 4.9 and they don't have a website. I know that's a bigger company. Okay, that one does. So you can see some of these are like, I don't even know what they're called, but they're like middleman services where they're going to take your information, then they're going to pass you off to somebody local. So that's what some of these are doing. That's why you see them like through multiple cities, the exact same ones. But that's why you go into a smaller city where you don't have as many of those. Again, here's one. But hopefully you're seeing the opportunities. I really want to find you guys one that's a bad opportunity too, or a bad website. Because, again, I saw a bunch of them. Again, I saw 3 in like a 10-minute search. Columbia's a big city, though. That probably wasn't the best choice. I'm going to try one more. Oh, let's see. Anderson? Let's do Anderson. All right, don't fail me. Let's see what we can find here. Again, they have a website. But, again, Glenn Plumbing doesn't. That's just mind-numbing to me. Tell you another one. Painters would be a great one for this. Any service business, hotels, restaurants. Restaurants actually would be a good one. There's a lot of restaurants that don't have. Boom. Anderson came in clutch for me. This one's actually not terrible. But I'd still send them one just because I could mock up something really fast. Yeah, I mean, my sales pitch to them would be like, hey guys, saw this like really quickly and didn't know what services you covered. So I ended up not. Like you display to them that like it was a little confusing and you didn't explain what y'all actually did. So I just found your competitor who had it on their website. Because like, let's be honest, like I don't want pictures. I want to know what you actually do. And see, services included is down here, but I mean, most people aren't scrolling. Like if you don't have a good first impression of the website, so I'd send them one. I don't think this is still more quality than what you can find out there. You can find stuff that is almost just exclusively text and like one picture. I wish I remembered what the one was from yesterday. But on top of that, I would be going so hard on these ones that have no website, which it's just crazy that these places exist. It's also wild how much you're seeing repetition of some of these. That's fine. That's an issue. I'd contact them too. But hopefully you guys see the idea. And again, this isn't like targeted leads. This is just random Google searches that cost no money. You could also, there are so many options to get leads. They show another free option where you can get leads using AI in the course. So much opportunity. So here's what I recommend. Just go down the description. Go watch this video right here. It's a full breakdown of the course. If you want more information, then you just click this link right here. It's going to take you to the page itself. The core course is like $17 during the, let me refresh it. I think I shot the original video before it launched. I think it's like 17. Yep. See, and also you see, I did purchase it. Yeah, $17 for this is crazy. Again, this isn't what we're doing, but I also got value out of it because there was the lead software they talked about we didn't know about before. And also they gave some strategies on how they're building websites, and we build out websites all the time for stuff like this. So I've loved these guys. I've gotten a lot of value from them from other courses they've done, and especially a $17 price point. It's just a no-brainer. So if you have questions about it, let me know down in the comments. I think it's a really good opportunity for those of you who are looking to get money fast. Again, I'm always going to recommend, like, let me help you build a 10K a month business that we can eventually catapult into like 50K. And I know that sounds crazy, but I explain it really well in this video right here about escaping the cubicle, because we talk about how little extra work has to be added into one of these businesses to start scaling it to 50 to 100K a month. So do check out the free training in the description. Check out the other videos on the channel if you want to. I hope this was helpful. Please do ask your questions in the description. If you do end up buying, make sure to email me at info@jakethornhill.com afterwards. That way you can get all these bonuses for free. I also talk about those bonuses in this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Also in the comments, drop if there's anything else that you want me to cover, questions you have about business, questions about side hustles. I do a video every day at this point, so I would love to talk about the things that you care the most about. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.